Yeah. Hey,
buddy, what's going on?
I'm out of the hospital.
Hey, I didn't even know. What were you in the hospital for? I didn't even know.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's good to hear your voice, man.
Catch us up.
Okay. Well, yeah, they got the tumor out. Yeah.
Yay!
But it was cancerous.
Oh.
Are you wearing it in a locket now?
No. They had to send it off, of course, but I was going to
that makes sense.
ask for it back. They're probably going to charge me for that too.
Now, it's been long enough, right? Are there no pathology reports yet?
This one's going to take a long time for pathology because it is an aggressive cancer. But here's what the doctor said. He said, we caught it quick. We got all of it out. You're in amazing shape. I'm like, well, thank you.
As you pinched your butt.
Yeah, you got a sweet ass. You have a better chance than most to overcome anything like this.
I'm so glad you went in when you did, man.
Yeah,
like
no kidding.
the aggressive element, like that's a scary word, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Jesus, imagine. Like, I mean, it's easy to imagine. A couple more months or whatever. Like, thank God, dude.
Yeah, it was scary going into it though. Like the amount of support that everybody was giving me, it didn't feel like I was going into surgery at all. It was just like, we're gonna fuck this thing up. Let's go. Yeah. Like everybody was behind me. So thank you guys and my family and the Neebs Gaming family. It's been just this surge of positivity, which I love. Funny thing, I did have this like weird moment when I woke up after surgery where they didn't want me on loopy drugs because they wanted to see, okay, is everything working all right? You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Yeah.
So first thing I hear is a voice. It's just a random voice. And it says, are you ready to play again? And I said, hell yeah. And that's when I knew it was the NDAs that we've signed from EA. And it's all those. I'm like, yeah, I'll play. We'll make a video for you. But then the nurse came by, the guy, and he's like, you all right? I said, yeah, I want a burrito. So
well, that's a good sign.
I eventually got that burrito.
You did get a burrito?
Yeah.
You did, right? Good for you.
From the hospital?
No. Scoff. Oh.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Neebs, your crazy sister texts me. She's like, hey, try the crab cakes
say it.
at the hospital. I'm like, no.
That's the worst
I just had
advice I've ever heard.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Doesn't hospital crab cakes?
Their
No.
sashimi's great too.
I tell you, the seafood at the local hospital is quite delicious.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Thick.
Yeah.
I've eaten at that hospital. They've got a pretty decent kitchen. All right. I'm just saying. My mother had heart surgery at that hospital, and they do have some very good lunch choices.
It was not. The food was so bad. Like my first meal was meatloaf, and
you get the shit meals. You get
listen
the
to
shit
me.
meals.
Listen to me.
Okay.
It's
Patients get crap
really,
meal.
it's really, really hard to fuck up meatloaf, but they did it to a T. Because I wanted something that I could chew easily and just kind of get down, and that. But this was no matter that I've ever put in my hand or mouth. It was something from another world, and I just scarfed it down.
Yeah. Prima donna meatloaf.
Yeah,
no,
right.
you were prima donna complaining after these people saved your life, and you're like, this meatloaf shitty.
Yeah.
That's right. There have been situations where remember that flight we had to London? That food was delicious, and Vic was like crapping all over it.
No,
It's 80% bread, Neebs. Like any flight, especially international, is 80% bread.
no, that was bad. We're not going to talk about that shitty.
That was
a
curry
devour
chicken. It
meal.
was delicious.
All right, back to Thick.
Yeah,
you
come
got this,
on.
Thick. All right, sorry.
Well, I notice your voice is still a little scratchy. Is that still from the steroids?
Steroids and tubes down my throat for sure.
Ugh.
Probably.
No tubes now, though.
No.
That's just a dick.
Just a
Right.
dick. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fun.
Yes. Dick jokes.
It might
More
be
to
hospital
come.
food, but
I think it might catch on.
Hospital dicks.
Dick jokes. You remember those, Thick?
Yep. Yeah.
That was a dick joke, Thick.
All that was left in my brain.
That's all they live. Like, no, let's not. Let's take this out. Let's not leave the dick jokes. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Did you watch the full Bull Burnham special, Thick?
Not yet. I'm going to watch that with you.
All right,
Okay.
Nick, I have a
We're
good
gonna snuggle.
question. I have a good question.
Yes.
A
Yes.
question that people are going to want to hear about. You have footage for this thing. When are we going to see it? Are we seeing it now?
On the
you
6th. We're recording this on the 29th. I get a flash drive on the 6th.
Yes.
That's when the NDA, like, yeah, that's when you get to.
Yeah, that's one. It's also under NEA, NDA.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
the word.
Thick,
That's the.
Thick,
That's the
can I
acronym.
exploit your brain surgery and we could use it on the podcast? Because one should be due around shortly after
Yeah,
that.
sure. Do
you
whatever you
go.
want.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got the full 2 hours. It was funny because like the doctor that worked on me, he's like the main dude, like the old wise guy who's done it all. My sister knew him, and he's like kind of like the gunslinger. But he brought in this other dude too, who's the Maverick. He called him the Maverick, and I loved it.
Oh,
He
no.
was like, yeah,
Wow.
this guy, he's the Maverick, and he's like on the cutting edge of technology.
Yeah, we're
and
like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, he like rappelled down from the ceiling.
Yeah. Hey,
He doesn't
was this
wash his
Dr.
hands. He don't give a fuck.
Was this Dr. Brown?
Dr. Brown was the guy who performed
Okay,
the
because
surgery.
Dr. Brown called me the Maverick the other day. I think he just
That's just.
Oh,
a
you're in the
loose-
trenches.
Everyone the Maverick.
He calls everyone the Maverick.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Sees a kid. What's up, Maverick? Yeah.
Can he rub your head? What's
The
up,
guy was
Maverick?
one of his like
He did.
personal trainers. He's not even a doctor. He's like, he's a real Maverick. All right, go ahead.
We had the magical
But-
duo.
But you know, he this Beecher guy, the Maverick, he was a specialist with all this like crazy navigation software. So they have something called
Mavigation,
Stealth.
I'd
Yeah,
say.
they have some software called Stealth. They go in and avoid all these nerves, and they've got a guy like laying sensors down. It's like fucking
Wow. I'll
Yeah.
bet that software is like, sensing the electrical pulse, like all that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was nuts kind of what they were telling me about. Again, it's a lot of it's like drinking from a fire hose. You're getting all this information, but only retaining a bit. But, that they were pretty happy that they got everything out. Beecher comes in. He's cutting up with me.
The
I'm
Maverick.
Like, listen, don't mess with me, Beecher. What's going on? He's like, yeah, if that was my brain and someone just pulled a tumor out, I'd be pretty happy.
Did he
So-
rub your head then right on the wound?
Yeah, right on the wound. He'd give me a noogie.
Now listen, I was telling Thick because Thick looks like he's got a pair of lips on his head or something.
Uh-huh.
You remember my armpit, Neebs?
That's
When
what I was gonna say.
Yep.
I was gonna say your arm, your shoulder, whatever that was, it looked gross for a
Yeah.
long time.
Well, when Neebs was there the night, not to take away from you, but if this is a similar kind of story, perfect. But when I had my pec completely ripped, and they had to reattach it up so it was a nasty little surgery right down my armpit, little nook there. And Neebs saw it night one, and when I took the bandages off for the first time, it looked like I had a full, very fluffy vagina. And I was like, well, now
I was there for
and
that.
I'll bet Neebs remembers my face to a degree, but because I kind of remember his, and it wasn't like it was supportive, but it was like, damn.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Damn, I want to
Oh,
fuck
look at
your
that.
armpit.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah,
pussy
there was
pit.
that.
Me
Nice.
next.
So you on your head, it's amazing. Like I saw
Grab
some
the camera.
similarities in your like the cut work and like how that's gonna heal.
No, but he's gonna
Nope.
do good. You're gonna do very well. Your scar's gonna look great, Thick.
Yeah, it's probably at its worst right now.
Yeah,
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Of course
I
it
want to know
is.
what these staples are made out of, in case we can sell them, make a necklace or whatever.
Ooh, yeah.
Here's
Auction
something you
that off.
Here's something that Thick told me I thought was kind of, I don't know, disturbing, but makes sense. They stapled his head to the table,
Yes.
so his head wouldn't move.
Oh my God, staple. Well, it's a hard thing to picture because it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense when you try to picture.
Maybe
it.
just
It's
pinch
almost
some
like a
skin, I
halo.
guess, and-
What it was like a halo.
Oh, I see. Okay,
But they
so there were
stapled
other
the
elements.
front of my head.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, I was like, what's this thing? Do I have some sort of like,
'Cause you couldn't-
I don't know, like
Wow.
a pendant? on my
I
head.
have no fucking
Jeez.
clue what you're talking about.
You wake up, you're RoboCop.
Yeah.
How was your head? I'm sorry, but I'm going to drag this out. How was your head stapled to the table?
So I was laying down, and they
Yeah.
have a halo that goes over me to keep my head still.
Oh,
see
they
the halo
stapled
things?
that.
They stapled, to the halo.
Of course.
Yes.
Jesus. Okay.
So the recovery time was supposed to be about 5 days.
Oh God.
In
this
the
is
hospital.
You
Here we go.
bragging.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yep. This is
Jesus,
where,
okay.
look.
That's for like.
this is my tough moment.
out
Listen.
in 2 days.
I
Listen,
know an
listen,
80-year-old
but I
woman
gotta
who
say
got
this.
out 12 hours before you. Okay, Thick, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Superman. Go ahead.
No, there's a video on the internet of a guy,
Wow.
big black guy,
Oh,
and
big black
and
guy.
he crushes a wasp nest in his hands. And I was like, that's the toughest thing I've ever seen.
That's dumb.
And when I came outside, like of my house, and my neighbors saw me, I'm like, I'm the wasp nest guy right now, because they're like,
It's like,
what
damn,
the
he's
hell are you
out already.
doing? But honestly, really the only thing that was affected was symptoms in my arm and tumor in my brain. Everything else, like there was nothing physically.
I pictured
wrong,
you
so-
slurring to your neighbors, like just slurring out.
Wasp nest. You see the black guy kill yeah.
Now's the time for practical jokes, Thick. It really is. It's prime time
no,
for like
no.
fucking with
Thick.
them.
It's the best
Yeah.
news ever, man. You know how everyone was like, you know how we were.
Yeah, and the community
Yeah.
Raised
That's what I mean by
a
everybody.
great deal of money. That's nuts.
Yeah, which
Holy
was
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no not mentioning that. It's obviously like at least at the point that it is now, because I know that when we streamed, I was like, oh wow, what a great night. That was
course.
awesome. And I just
Yep.
thought that was it, even though of course I should have realized it wasn't gonna be it, but then it had like
GoFundMe.
yeah, the GoFundMe that is that
Mhm.
then it tripled in like I don't know, like 16 hours after we went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And
like
thanks, thanks to Aztecia for setting that up. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes.
she's been awesome. And I guess I should kind of touch on this because I talked about the moped insurance that I have.
Right.
So
Right.
we'll see what it covers and obviously go from there. But I don't know.
You don't know. You've got to see what still is coming. We don't know.
Here's
So-
what
you
I
don't
want.
know.
Yeah, here's what I want my superpower to be from now on. Like if I had a superpower, I want to be number one MRI man, and Bear can be insurance dog. And that's
so when I
scan
take an
people and I'm like,
MRI
give them insurance.
Pay me every month so I can not pay you when you need it.
I know.
Yeah, like you see that huge amount of money that was raised, and you go, surely that's enough. But
Yeah.
You don't know.
you've already gotten bills that are insane. Like you said, just your visit to the ER was like $7,000. Just your initial,
yes.
showing up for that.
Yeah.
Haven't even got into brain surgery yet.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's crazy. Just to
fucking
go to
insane.
the ER.
Yep.
Yeah,
Insane.
it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. It's
No.
criminal.
Yeah, it is criminal. That's when you call and you negotiate that shit down.
Well, yeah,
It's
and-
what? It's
and
just
there's
an
a way-
I was
visit?
gonna get
and-
Simon to do that for me.
Well,
Right.
listen,
Do it.
guess
Sick 'em.
what? I've done it before. I've had to talk my way down out of things like that because you go, I didn't even want to take the ambulance. Like, you should take it. You gotta take it. And I'm like, $4,000 later, it's like, fuck you. I had a ride. I told you I had a ride, motherfucker. It's like it's crazy what they will sometimes charge you for like aspirin, and it's legit. It's like insane.
Oh yeah, I knew a girl that passed out at Disney World once, and everyone crowded around. They're like, "Oh, the ambulance is on the way." And as soon as she came to, I said, "It's okay, the ambulance is on the way." She said, "Run!" And we all ran.
Oh my God.
She was scared to death of what they were going to charge
She
her.
knows.
Yeah.
When you know, it's crazy. So
I mean,
that's insane, man.
But at
You
the
know-
same time, though, you can, and I didn't realize it then. I could have denied it, and that's what you can do. So, I guess because they can't make you go if you don't want to go.
We don't need to let's not focus
Yeah.
on that
Anyway,
shit.
we're not
let's
gonna.
focus on the good things and Thick, you're right here with us.
Yeah,
And so far
yeah.
so good
So,
and everything
yeah.
seems pretty positive.
Been staying positive, and you can't help but have Just anywhere I look right now, it's just positivity pouring out from everywhere. But I'm going to tell you what not to do. Don't watch any WWE biographies on dead wrestlers who have kids, because I did that last night. I watched.
This took a left turn.
I did
not see this.
No,
coming.
no. I growing up, I watched wrestling, and I was like, oh, The Ultimate Warrior. Let me watch this. Starts off with his two daughters talking about how he lived and died, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no. I was a wreck last night. So I'm not doing that again.
You got emotions now. So
Oh,
that's what
God.
happened.
Oh,
wow.
no.
Uh-oh.
We've activated his emotion center.
No.
Let me ask you a question, Thick. What
Yeah.
do you think about pumpkin spice lattes? Does that make your nipples milk a little bit or what?
Oh, get me
Whoa,
one.
whoa.
Hey.
But when I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to listen to really good music that, makes me feel inspired and positive. I'm going to, respond to comments and the best I can. The thing is, I still can't type.
So what's next? I guess the swelling goes down. Hopefully you get your feeling back. You're all good. And then what's after that?
Well, first off, I do have to say, no, there were no wafers. No wafers.
Wafer free.
That was
Yeah.
the part we were all excited about.
Yeah, I wanted a wafer in your head.
But
No.
the reason why is because Dr. Brown thought I'd be a good candidate for a case study for one of his buddies at Duke.
Said you might be a maverick even.
Yeah,
Shit, here we go.
Test rat,
everybody
lab
gets a
rat.
Maverick sticker from Dr. Brown.
You go to Duke, you maverick.
That's the only
What
way
the
I'll
hell?
get in.
What are they experimenting on you? What the hell are they doing?
New, I guess, ways to treat brain cancer? Because there's probably cells left in there. We don't know how
Right.
aggressive they are, but they're certainly not good. But if they've got like some sort of magic hat that I can put on and kill
Well, I'd
all that
imagine
stuff.
They feel pretty comfortable with that for a test to not do the wafer route if that was in fact what they did previously. So
Yeah, the
What's the
wafer
wafer?
would have the wafers would have disqualified me to be a candidate for any sort of test like that. If they do test it, if they test the tumor and say, hey, okay, here's what it is, we can treat it like this, or you can go to Duke and do it this way. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But
For those of us who don't know what
it's
wafer
still
is.
what's that?
So sorry, for those of us who don't I don't know what the hell a wafer is.
Oh, it's a chemo wafer. We talked
Yeah,
about it in
it's-
the last
they
video.
slip it in. Yeah, they slip it in where the tumor was taken out, and it's supposed to kill stuff in the area, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I wasn't a part of that last one, so I don't even know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's true.
It's still probably going to be a pretty long road. Probably not easy.
We're hoping 2 days.
I wonder what this new treatment is. Like, I imagine Thick walks into a room and there's like a microwave hanging from a rope. They're like, sit here, sir.
It just hits me in the head. It's Macaulay Culkin. Ding. I haven't looked up any treatments. I haven't looked up any statistics on purpose, just to not freak out.
No, yeah.
because
Don't do that to
that's
yourself.
that.
Well,
and if you're out there and you have something going on, don't go crazy on the internet with Dr. Google. Just get
One
to a
thing's
real
on your
doctor.
side with this, Thick, is Duke. That's not a bad thing to hear.
Yeah, Duke's pretty good place, huh?
I hear they have a decent medical facility.
I hope
Yes.
they have a
That's
good
like if-
cafeteria.
If someone said you're going to the Mayo Clinic and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
But yeah, we'll have some footage of said brain
Yeah, I'm curious
surgery.
to see that.
Yeah, me
Probably
too.
animate it too. Add some animation to that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to thank everybody for their generosity, their support, positivity,
It was amazing.
and we got more of a fight to go into. And I know you guys are going to be there with me.
Nah.
Not
Let's
this
see.
week, right?
I'm
No,
busy.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
plans.
I'm busy,
I got plans
damn it.
going on, yeah.
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 Neebs,
Next week?
plans?
Next week?
Neebs is responding to a
yeah.
text.
Yeah, this week, but next week I'm busy. No, of course we are.
Come on. I mean, come on.
We love you, Thick.
love you
Stop
guys too.
scaring me. Don't go breaking my heart, Thick.
Hey, you got this, Maverick.
And when you go back to the hospital, you try those crab cakes.